Let's see what we got. They said Big 30 coming home. It just got released, so he already home then. I thought he was about to come home. Let me see what happened.
Big 30 is supposed to be getting released by the feds today, and this comes not long after Pooh Shiesty's own dad was released by the feds. Now, we all know Pooh Shiesty's dad is a rat. He's been informant for the feds for years, since 2007 when he cooperated in a dope case. He was involved with multiple murders, multiple shootings, and he agreed to cooperate in past and future cases. So, sounds like he's gonna save himself in the situation, but Big 30, from what I've seen, might actually have a chance at beating the feds entirely. You want to make hundreds of dollars from your phone for free? There's a bunch of new games you get paid to play on free cash where you can make a quick 10 or really lock in and make $500.
No.
The highest paying Gucci Mane robbery case is getting out today. You heard it here first. Now immediately everybody's gonna be like, oh, rat, snitch, this, that, da. Let's jump into the paperwork so y'all don't just start spinning conspiracy theories that aren't true. Now this document was filed today. This order addresses the government's motion to revoke the magistrate judge's order granting pretrial release to defendant Rodney Wright Jr., aka Big 30. Background. Big 30 is charged with a violation, kidnapping, and conspiracy to commit kidnapping for his alleged role in a conspiracy to kidnap, coerce, and rob 3 victims in a recording studio in Dallas, Texas. On
He
April
talking about he is not really kidnapping, but I thought if you stop anybody from leaving, blocking a door, anything like that, that's kidnapping. Really, ain't it?
6, Big 30 appeared before U.S. Magistrate Judge Annie Kristoff in the Western District of Tennessee. Kristoff denied the government's motion to detain Wright and ordered Wright released on a $100,000 bond, secured by 10% with conditions including home detention, curfew, location monitoring, and travel restrictions. At the government's request, the judge entered a brief stay pending appeal of the release order to this court. So she granted him a bond, $100,000 at 10%, which means he only has to pay $10,000 if my math is mathing. He's gonna be on an ankle monitor, he's gonna be stuck in the crib, you know, whatever. But they put a stay on it, meaning he wasn't immediately released until this came through. Having reviewed the record developed by the judge, the court determines that the government has not met their burden of proof with respect to either danger to the community or flight risk. So what they just ruled is that nothing shows Big 30 is a danger to his community, and nothing shows that he's gonna jump on a plane, try to leave the country, go to Mexico, go to fucking wherever he could go. You know what I'm saying? They're saying we have no reason to believe we should be in fear of him being in society or trying to get up out of here. First, Big 30 is alleged to have retrieved a bag containing firearms that enabled the initial armed coercion in this offense. Now looking back at the original paperwork, this would be surveillance video of Pooh Shiesty and his team of goons, including Big 30, walking into the recording studio. And this is specifically what the studio layout looked like. So everybody else was waiting out here while Gucci, Big 30, Pooh Shiesty's dad, and Pooh Shiesty were inside of this area. Now again, Gucci told Pooh Shiesty they could reschedule their studio session, but Pooh Shiesty requested to speak with Gucci privately. That's when those 4 men all went into this room that we see right here. Inside of the control room, Shiesty produced purported contract termination, release paperwork from a bag, and told Gucci to sign. When Gucci declined, Shiesty became Shiesty, and the pair started to argue.
Nuts, nigga. Like, what you gonna do? Kill me right here, nigga? Now you really going to jail, and you ain't getting out the contract. So either way it go, it was a lose-lose. I feel like it would have been a lose-lose for Pooh Shiesty, and only way it would have been a lose for Gucci if he would have really killed him. But you know, I feel like nigga, he ain't come here to do that. You know, probation, you got an anger monitor on, you just came to scare a nigga. You ain't come to really, you know what I'm saying, take his life. But Gucci should have stood on it. Like, man, I ain't signing nothing, just to see how far old boy was gonna take it. And once he get down to the he about to pull that bitch, then all right, I'll sign some shit like that.
As
but
the argument inside the
signed the
recording
papers
room
too quick.
ensued, Shiesty instructed Big 30 to get his bag. 30 complied, leaving the recording room before returning with the bag. Shiesty then pulled what appeared to be a black AK-style pistol from the bag, pointed it at Gucci, and demanded Gucci sign that paper. And there's that lyric, A30, pass me that Drake, or whatever the fuck it was. And this is what literally happened in real life. Big 30 went and got a bag, brought the bag back, Shiesty up that Drake on the Gooch. So that's the first thing Big 30 is alleged to have done in this case. The second thing would be, he also allegedly physically barricaded a door in the recording studio to trap the victims inside and recorded the coerced signing of the contract release paperwork. So Gucci, with a Draco aimed at his face, would sign the paperwork for Shiesty while Shiesty's dad and Big 30 stood by. Gucci was not allowed to leave the recording studio while he was held at gunpoint. Big 30 pulled out a cell phone and purported to record Gucci signing the paperwork while being forced to say that he released Pooh Shiesty. Now, once they walked back into the studio, obviously Gucci's cameraman and his friend were there. Everybody pulls out guns. They get to robbing everybody, and then this happens. As the altercation inside the control room ensued, Big 30 walked over to the studio door to the lobby, closed it, and blocked it with his body, preventing the victims from leaving.
That's
Gucci's two security guards watched 30 barricade the door and attempted to force their way into the control room, but were prevented from entering. With handguns drawn, the security managed to partially open the door, but recognized that they were outnumbered by the armed target suspects.
Imagine them boys get the door open a little bit, nigga, look, see all them people, close that bitch right back like I ain't see nothing.
So 30 was literally blocking the door, blocking Gucci's security from coming in. And
if you real security and you see it's a fucking threat, nigga, you shoot through the door, do something, you know what I'm saying? Call the police right then and there and have backup or something. Like, ain't no way in the world my security see me getting robbed, open the door, see it, and close the door and say, oh man, we outnumbered, I'm gonna just go ahead and let them have it. Fuck no, man.
Apparently it looks something like this. Pooh Shiesty really had Big 30 ass blocking. But that's it. That's all of Big 30's contribution to this kidnapping.
That's all. Like, blocking the door is stopping somebody from leaving this fucking kidnapping. So it's not like he ain't do nothing. He just, and you handed a nigga the gun, and you the one who pulled out the camera and recorded it. Like, so there's a lot of shit. And I ain't saying to be on nobody's side, but I'm just saying nigga acting like Big 30 ain't do nothing. Nah, he did something.
In case is he went and got a bag, some shit happened, and he apparently stood at the door. Now, the government suggested that 30 was armed during the incident resulting in these charges, but lacked clear and convincing evidence to support this. The court agrees with the government that the nature and circumstances of the charges against 30 and the weight of evidence against him are very serious. However, the remaining section factors favor his release. So what they're saying is the accusation.
And that don't sound like they talking about he was released today or he getting released today. That don't sound like that. They just saying it will feel like they ain't got too much evidence of what Favor's released. I don't see them saying we ain't got nothing. We just about to drop charges. He getting released today. What?
Are dead serious, but the evidence isn't there. And because of that, and because he's not a flight risk, and because he's not a danger to the community, y'all need to let him out. Now, 30 is 26 years old, lives with his father, and has 4 children that he actively parents and supports financially through his employment as a recording artist with NLS Entertainment. His criminal history is minimal. 30 received a charge of reckless endangerment and unlawful possession of a weapon for discharging a firearm on New Year's Day when he was 18 years old that resulted in judicial diversion, and 1 minor driving offense in Mississippi. 30 has never been convicted of a felony or a violent crime. There are no facts in 30's history to suggest that he is a flight risk. Therefore, 30's history and characteristics do not support pretrial
and he's not as rich as
conclusion.
Shiesty,
the court finds that the government has failed.
They like Shiesty got millions. Nigga came home, did a hit song that got more millions, so they know for a fact. And the type of nigga he is, they know he flighting. He getting the fuck up out of there. But Big 30, like, he ain't got as much money. We can watch him a little bit better, and you know, so.
To establish that 30 is a flight risk, or that the conditions of release imposed by the judge will not reasonably assure the safety of any person in the community. Accordingly, the court denies the government's motion. the court vacates any stay of the release order. So the only things on 30's criminal history is driving recklessly and shooting a gun off in the air on New Year's, which is like, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's like normal shit in the South. I mean, that's kind of normal anywhere, but in the South, it's more controlled because people tend to have more land. It's not that big of a deal. And I believe it's only a misdemeanor. And in this case, he got a judicial diversion, which is like, hey, you're gonna go to this program, promise not to do it again, and it's all gonna go away. 30 isn't even a felon, which means he can legally tow guns. And shout out to Spade TV official.
And that's what I be saying about most niggas. I'm like, bruh, if you're not a felon, why don't you have you a legal gun? It's not illegal for you to have a weapon. But niggas that have dirty guns or this, that, and the third, nigga, get you a legal gun and you good. Now, depending on where you at, you might need to get a concealed carry or some shit, but do whatever you gotta do. That's better than having illegal guns and this, that, and the third, nigga. That don't make no sense.
A source sent us exclusive footage of Big 30 on the yard. He was given a bond today, but he is still in jail after the government filed a motion to keep him from being released. This is 2 still shots of him being on the yard, and people would comment, bro look confused as fuck. He trying to figure out how he ended up in that situation. Someone else would say,
like a young nigga right there from the side.
And someone else would say, somebody said that's how he stood at the front door. But again, my boy on the yard, that means a lot. So regardless of how he looks, I mean, you don't know if he's slept, you don't know if this is his first time seeing the sun, you don't know how he's feeling. But he's outside. Not outside in society, but he's outside on that yard. And what that means is he's doing what a lot of rappers don't do. He's not hidden in confinement. He's not in PC. He's not hiding from nobody. He is 100% accessible to everybody in that facility.
He ain't got no fucked up case to where niggas gonna be like, nigga, you did this down bad, da da da. Niggas probably want to talk to him like, man, what's up? Why y'all did that? And da da da. Like, you know what I'm saying? Unless Gucci got hit us. That's what I would have been assuming. Like, shit, Gucci must got to play. He must got some niggas in jail. He could make, you know what I'm saying? For he been in jail all his whole life. So I'm thinking he got some niggas in jail. He could call, put that hit out on Pooh Shiesty, Big 30, all them niggas while they in there. Get them touched like they did Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying? So ain't none of that happened though. So I guess Gucci must have let it go. He ain't got his pull ain't go that far.
Nothing. That's respectable amongst the criminal culture, the hip hop culture. You go to jail, you're supposed to stand on it, and he's standing on it, so you gotta respect it, right? He really didn't do anything to be put in there except
nigga, did you stand on it? We got all type of shit that was saying you snitched and you cooperated and he trying to act like you didn't, but you doing these type of videos.
Bag and maybe stand at the door. It doesn't sound like he pulled out, robbed anyone, nothing like that. But he's holding his homie.
Bitch, like him right here. Like I could tell, like if the pressure was really on, I bet he'll fold. I need to look into him and see. You know what I'm saying?
Pooh Shiesty down.
Cause he already, for like I said, I already seen the story. He told on his own. He tried to rob his own grandparents or something with a BB gun and through the window, some stupid shit, and then ratted and
that is important.
Nah, I don't fuck with.
Cause Big 30 and Pooh Shiesty go back further than a lot of y'all realize. This post says Shiesty gets emotional that Big 30's still alive and with him today. And this was after they reunited, after Shiesty got released from state prison. And I mean, so
and
it's
not family,
like
then,
these two have been together for a long time. I can't really show y'all the rest of this video, but this is one of his day ones. He's not going all sad behind his brother. And if you live this type of lifestyle, that is the exact type of friend you want behind you. After reading everything, I feel like 30 might have a great chance at beating this case.
Probably.
If not, pleading out to a very minimal offense, because he really only did minimal things. It wasn't necessarily him that did any kidnapping. It wasn't necessarily him that forced anyone to do anything. What are you gonna say? He stood by a door? I'm sure a lawyer can come up with a nasty defense for that right there. But hey, let me know y'all's thoughts and comments.
Yeah, I don't need no fuck. I ain't got no problem with none of them. So I like to see them all come home, but they just do stupid shit. Like how you do that on probation with the ankle monitor on. Like what was he thinking? Like he just was thinking like just Gucci wasn't gonna rat, so all this was gonna be cool. They was gonna let me out the contract, and that is what it is. I can't believe like he just was thinking like that. Like nothing was gonna come out of it. Like even if he wouldn't have went to jail, like I would assume that Gucci would put a try to get him touched or nigga know where you at since you on house confinement, like some shit like that. But for him to do that like that, like just really ain't make no sense. I wonder, like, you know, what's the backstory, what he was thinking. If he ever come home, will he talk about it? If y'all know anything that I don't know, put it in the comments and let's talk about it.
Do it for the boy,
Like,
just
comment,
do it for
subscribe.
the boy,
Yeah.
do it,
Just
do
do
it,
it.
just do it